Good morning. It's Wednesday, September the 8th, and I'm back on 2 Wednesdays a month. I took a 3-month hiatus, and I enjoyed it, but I'm back. I'm trying to get my phone to work so that I can read my email messages, but I can't do that. I mean, the message that went with today's prayer. Um, I wrote about the Wednesday email prayer about gratitude. And it's something that I think is so vitally important. And I think sometimes we ignore it, even just the minor being grateful. Uh, I took a class, the board took a class on gratitude about it was more than a year and a half ago. And in that, we established a couple gratitude partners, and I have two. And we exchange gratitudes, 3 gratitudes every day. And it really did change my life, and it's changed generally my perception and the importance that I understand that gratitude is. But I had it pointed out to me the other day in a very strange way. Um, we had been out of town and we came back, and my daughter had stayed here while we were gone. And I come home and there's towels in the dryer and towels in the washer, and she knows that drives me crazy. They're supposed to be done before they leave, but it didn't happen. I'm just grateful that she was here and taking care of everything that needed to be taken care of. So I looked at that in gratitude. So I start the wash and it leaks all over the floor. So I used all the towels that were in the dryer to sop up all the towels that were in the washer. And then I I thought it was because there was a towel caught in the door, and so I just proceeded that that's what happened. And so the next morning I started it and it leaked again. So I had a lot of wash to do. And so I thought, okay, maybe it's the filter. Well, it wasn't the filter. Um, and so when I started it after changing the filter and it got all over the floor again, I used all the towels that were in the dryer. And this included, there were, I think I counted 14 towels. 12 of them were bath sheets, the big towels, like a beach towel. Some of them were beach towels. And I had all of this spread all over my patio. We called to get a repair, and this was on Wednesday. They couldn't come until the following Tuesday, and I went, and I was so upset, and I couldn't believe it. But I went on a walk with my dog after that, and I ran into a friend, and this friend was also gone and out of town. But when she was out of town, the next door neighbor's tree fell and knocked down all the electrical wires for that block. They got the wires put back up in the neighborhood, and their neighbors had called, not the ones that lived in the house. They had moved, so there was no one in that house. They called the they got a call that the electricity was all back up and not to worry about it. Well, what nobody knew was their particular electricity was not back up. Something had happened beyond what happened with everybody else when the tree fell. So when they get home after a week, not one of their appliances worked. They had no refrigerator, they had no stove, they had no washing machine, they had no dryer, they had no television, they had no Wi-Fi, they had nothing. And it was going to take weeks to get this all done. Well, you can better believe I came home with a very different attitude about it's just my washer and it will get fixed in a short amount of time. And so I became once again very grateful that I had a washer, that it would be working again, and that it wasn't nearly as bad as what my neighbor had been going through. And that made me think about what was going on in New York and New Jersey and Louisiana and the fires in California. It was a washer that needed to be repaired. So I thanked God and let it go. And they came on Friday to fix it. My whole attitude changed because I realized I was not looking through the glass clearly. I was looking through the glass darkly. And I don't do that very much anymore. But it really pointed out to me that a lot of what's going on is my attitude. And if I don't have gratitude as my attitude, I get reminded by little things like that. So what I'd like to do right now is to try to go within for a minute and just close your eyes and think about something like that that you were grousing about, but maybe had your attitude change when you realized that you didn't have it as bad as you thought. Maybe not as bad as other people, or sometime that you made a shift. Let's just go within. Think of one of those moments. Now, when you think of one of those moments, think of how just going within to God could have changed that from a long period of time of being upset about it or a short period. How it could have shifted your attitude. Going within to spirit and understanding, as was talked about in our lesson on Sunday. Divine order works. Divine order is there. So something you may be experiencing, while it may not be feeling good at that moment, is part of divine order. And that gratitude, knowing for every little thing you can be grateful, because everything is in divine order. Now let's just take a moment, another moment, to think of all of the blessings in your life. All of those things that you might be grateful for. The big things like love and friends and family, your pets, where you live, and the small things. You had a good night's sleep. You woke up to a beautiful sunrise. You saw some flowers that were gorgeous. You took a walk. You read the paper. Reading the paper, you know how to read. You can see. You can think. You can contemplate. There are so many things to be grateful for in every day and in every way. Just think about things to be grateful for another minute or so. Now let's open our eyes. Come back to present. And I'm hoping you feel a real sense of gratitude for all of the wonderful things in your life. And now I have 3 affirmations for you. My life is a blessing. My life is a blessing. My life is a blessing. I am grateful for the love in my life. I am grateful for the love in my life. I am grateful for the love in my life. I am grateful for the support I receive from my church family. I am grateful for the support I receive from my church family. I am grateful for the support I receive from my church family. We all have a lot to be grateful for. Be aware, look around, maybe find a gratitude partner. It's the small things as well as the big things that make a difference in how you look at life and how you're able to let divine order work in such a manner that you appreciate it at every moment. So have a wonderful day and think about all of those things to be grateful for today.